Looking back in time, I remember that when I used to be a kid, and even today, I always believe that life could be about what we truly believe on and about what we want to do in life and about enjoyment itself. And I remember that some people, especially adults, were telling me that when I was coming to an adult, I would understand that the world is not as nice as I was perceiving it. And I always question this moving forward because I understood they had a different perception of what the world or reality was actually about. But I always had my own, and I kept moving forward with a similar point of view. And then after a certain period of living life, looking back, I got to understand a lot of things that I couldn't understand before. Essentially, I can say that the biggest challenges that I faced in my life were just the biggest lessons for me to learn and actually step up, uh, moving forward after those things happen and choose to embrace things as it was at a moment, for as hard as it could be, just choosing to move forward no matter what, just make me more powerful. So, what I realize is that the biggest challenges we have in life, the moments of darkness, are just the ones in which reality is trying to make you lose faith over how the system actually works. But if you choose to hold faith and trust that everything happens for a reason, and no matter what, you can overcome everything and become even more powerful, the moment you can do that, it really becomes true. You surpass your own limits and you break through to a whole new possibilities that you couldn't embrace before. So, essentially, the challenges we may have in life, if we choose to overcome and become better in a way, we will always do this. The challenges are essentially to push us out of the certainty of everything going smooth and try to prove ourselves that we can effectively move no matter what and just break any limits. So I can say that I still hold, and in fact, I may even have a better perception out of reality back when I was a kid. I think today it's probably even better because I actually understood deep down what I couldn't understand back when I was a kid. That was essentially we create the world in which we live, our reality, the way we want. Which means that essentially, if you convince yourself that life can become better and better day by day, more amazing, more magical, more fulfilling to yourself, more about love and integration about everything, every single aspect. Learn to love everything and to see the good things everywhere, even on the things that we perceive as being less positive, like some circumstances or challenges we should embrace. As long as you keep understanding the pattern that occurs, any challenge is coming to you to present you the opportunity of transforming that into power. So you do know any challenge that may come. If you choose to take on that, you will become more powerful. And the power you can actually attain is unlimited, because as long as you choose to embrace and overcome everything, it's true you will have always more challenges, but by the time you get used to it, you actually start to enjoy the challenges themselves. Because the truth is, we're either moving forward or we're not. But if we choose to not move forward, it means you may not face any challenges, but at the same time, life stops to be nice in terms of having fulfillment for yourself. I really compare life to a game. In fact, I would say the happiest people in the world and the people that are most fulfilled within themselves are the ones that essentially live life just like a game. And in the game is exactly this that happens. You like to play a game, but if it's too easy, it's not even funny. And if it's too hard, then you may not like it either. But as long as it's hard enough that with some work you can overcome any challenge on the game and level up, that's when the game becomes really nice for you to play. That's when you really want to play that game. And life can be exactly like this. Even if we don't see a clear solution on the moment that we're trying to figure it out how to do things, by having certainty and embracing the destiny in which sooner or later we will find a solution, that will always happen. So that's the essence of life. It's to understand it's actually like a game. And I was looking back into some people histories and how they go through life. And before I achieve my main objectives per se, in a way, I was thinking by the time I was just fulfilling those, I'll probably not keep going forward. And then what happened was I just took a break after I get to a certain level that I wanted to achieve. And I was extremely happy and satisfied. But after a period of time in which I was essentially on vacation mode, that could mean I would be on vacation forever, I start to feel empty again. And I couldn't understand why. Because I thought if I was able to achieve what I truly wanted to achieve in life, and actually so early, that could only mean that I should be fulfilled forever just by having what I actually attained at that moment. So why was I just feeling empty again? Like I didn't even achieve what I dreamed about? The answer is that there's nothing that can fulfill yourself the moment you start to stop the journey of life. The fulfillment doesn't come from the objectives to be achieved. The fulfillment comes from the journey itself, which means that you are truly fulfilled by the journey, never by the objectives or destination. So we live life thinking it's all about achieving certain goals and destinations. And when we achieve those, we just understand that actually that fulfills you for a short period of time, but then just fades away like nothing happened in the first place. But as long as you keep yourself in the journey, and you just find new goals and objectives for you to pursue, you just go back to have that fulfillment like before. So this was what was happening to me. I was seeing some people that were already extremely rich, and apparently their goal was to get a certain amount of money. I was asking myself, why wouldn't they just stop to keep making money? Because on wealth terms, it didn't make sense for me to keep working after um, a certain goal that people can obtain in terms of money. Why just keep working? And the real reason was they don't keep working because of the work itself or the need of getting more money. That's true that some people keep grinding on money because they get greed. They just want more and more and never stops. But other people actually keep going on the journey because the journey itself is what brings them fulfillment. So they're not really working for money, they're working for fulfillment. And the money is just a consequence of the work itself. And so when I stopped and I found myself after a period of time empty again, I realized that I should keep going on my journey and find new goals. And just because I've achieved a certain level of wealth that bring me comfort to not have to worry about money, I'll just take the decision of actually provide all the information that I've learned through my journey to actually empower other people. Because I know there's a number of people, just like I was back some years ago, dreaming about freeing their lives in terms of work. At least to have the option and not having to work or to choose where to work because they don't really need the money. Because the truth is, the essence of life is not about work. In fact, most people just spend a lot of time working, but we should actually live lives as we want. That should be the essence of life. We didn't come here to work. We didn't come here to be forced into a reality of having to do things we do not desire. That's why we're not truly happy by doing things that we don't really want to, but we feel we have to. But if you truly do what you want, what really makes your heart beat and gives you true fulfillment, then you feel like you're really living life as it should be. So, if people pursue the meaning of life, essentially the meaning comes from the journey that gives you fulfillment. There's not a straight solution, there's not a straight answer, because different people will just have a different journey by themselves, and their journey will bring them the true fulfillment. And I know there's a number of people, especially when there's parents with childs, that parents try to, in a way, trace the path for the kids to follow. And the truth is, the good and the better person to trace their own path is always ourselves, because we're always different between each other. And not only us can truly know and understand what we truly want and desire. And the truth is, as well, that we may not even know what we want in the first place. But if we lean into our heart, what we perceive as being the feeling that we want to do or the feeling in moving to a certain direction, as long as you keep being guided by our intuition will just bring us to the life that we were actually supposed to go after, because it tends to bring the biggest fulfillment that you can attain. And sometimes we may hold ourselves back by just trying to fit into the society structure, trying to be like everyone else. And this just step ourselves out of our own path and our own true fulfillment. Because each person is unique, their own path is also unique. And what they decide to do in life should also be unique. So we just keep going on this attempt of trying to make things straight and say that things should be one way or the other. And the truth is, there's only us to decide the better life we can achieve. Only us can know what we really desire to get. And even that takes time for us to understand. Like, for example, if you ask me, what am I really trying to achieve 5 to 10 years moving forward? The truth is, I don't even try to predict anymore anything, because I understand today that all I have to do is to lean into what I feel that I should do. And as long as I keep going under that path, I will always get to my higher destiny and my truthful fulfillment. That's what is supposed to happen. And that's how people should actually guide their lives. Without the proper guideline, just accepting things as they are, truly integrate everything, understanding that everything happens for a reason. Even if we don't perceive why we have such a tough challenge that is coming to us in a certain moment, moving forward, you will understand that looking backwards, you saw that that challenge actually brought up so much to you, brought up an opportunity that you couldn't even see. You just got the opportunity after you surpassed the challenge. And you start to understand this pattern that happens over and over again. So, while most people may run away from challenges without understanding the meaning of the challenge itself, the ones that truly understand how life works just welcome the challenge, because they know after the storm, it will always be nice and clear, and you will get the fulfillment that you're looking for.